Pa 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 pa. Cha 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 cha. And we are live. It is Thursday, November 9th, 2023 AD. Press 1 if the stream is great. Press 2 if it's gets to be bad, okay? 2 always means bad for Hake, okay? 3 means a little iffy, but you think it's okay? What are we going to cover today? Yesterday we got derailed by the flat Earth thing, and we can do that again. Let's just do that again. No, we can. We might. But I have some things to cover. I got a pass from the man himself, Barack Hussein Obama, and I'm going to share it with you. A U.S. lawyer shot and killed some so-called climate protesters / land indigenous people type people down in Panama. U.S. lawyer, age 77. The world. Thank you guys for the feedback. I'm seeing mostly ones, not a put 2. So that's crazy. There was a Saudi podcaster or blogger guy. I think he's a blogger. Talking about the Palestinians. Ooh, he was talking about them like a dog. And I think I might play it for you guys. And I told you guys that I want to talk about the Arabs, because they built this awesome city called Petra. So I have some cool pictures of that, I think. And again, don't sleep on the bus. Could be dangerous. You invite people to, like, shoot you. So don't do it. I know it's crazy. I've been on the bus before, never to where, like, I slept. Well, at least not normal city buses, you know. Crazy. Tim Scott has a girlfriend. Interracial. She's already a single mother, but she's supposedly Christian. Tim Scott, not to be confused with the real Tim Scott who's in the chat. I'm talking about the RINO Tim Scott. So we'll see what I can cover, okay? Of course, your calls, some of you guys are already on hold. But anyway, everybody, let's get right on with the show!
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. I got my Rebuilding the Family by Rebuilding the Man t-shirt on. It's courtesy of Bond Teespring store. Teespring.com/stores/ Rebuilding the Man. Nice. Rebuildingtheman.com/stores for the links to all the different ones. It says Rebuilding the Family by Rebuilding the Man. And it's in, this is the tri-blend green, like forest green or army green or something. I think it's a good look. Black print. Cool. Do you... Okay. I'm never going to get to this if I don't get to it now. I got my N-word pass. Not that I ever needed one. I disavow the need for any N-word passes. I disavow the entire notion of this thing. But I got it. Nice. See, with my white fingers, my lily white fingers. N-word pass. Signed, Barack Obama. And I have I have up-close photographs, too, in the folder there, Hassan. So, read it and weep. You can't come pull up on Hake. Okay? Only in California. And so thank you for the person who procured this. Oh, terrible. Are you able to rotate that, Hassan? You have the know-how? iPhones are so stupid. Don't say stupid, kids. But I took this in portrait mode, and it knew that it was in portrait mode, but it turned it landscape, so it's turning it like almost upside down backwards or sideways. Nice skills from Hassan. See? Signed by Barack Obama himself. Community notes, context. It may be doubtful. Oh, nice. Nice work, Hassan. It may be doubtful that Barack Hussein Obama, the worst president in our lifetimes, was actually the one personally signed this N-word pass. But the N-word that you never want to call such a person? Neighbor. That's what I heard. It's a joke. It's a joke. No, you don't get a pass, Hake, says Sion. She wants to be all possessive, and this is not even her country. The heck? These entitled blacks who want to violate our freedom of speech and give us such a thing as a pass. We don't need... Here's my pass, the First Amendment. Read about it. I find it interesting that the people who think that whites who say the N-word just go around, or who advocate for using the N-word, just go around and say it willy-nilly, all disrespectfully. No, it's judiciously said, as whites tend to speak judiciously, and sometimes ill-advisedly. True. But there are many such cases, including Big Bear himself, who was interviewed on the show just before mine yesterday on Manhood Hour. He's like, that N-word stole my bike. Hard R. And so there are many spirits and instances in which you can say such words, and YouTube disagrees, along with, because they cater to fake. I paid for my citizenship. I'll have you know, Hake. Okay, she's a citizen, so she can tell Hake whatever she wants, and I can still say whatever I want, irregardless of her wishes. But anyway, spoiler alert, found an article from 3.5 years ago. N-word pass stickers found at North Star, a school apparently. See, the young people have fun with it. Oh, and that was a different... has pictures of Obama with his thumbs up, all smiling, and one all dignified or fake dignified. That's funny. So yeah, eat your heart out. Eat your hearts out. Nice. I gotta show you guys this. Let's see. Zoom out. Okay. Lincoln Public Schools. And they made a whole big headline about it. Headline grabbing. How shallow are the people in the news? Well, they're as shallow as we are, because it took over like multiple shows of the Hake show, because people are brainwashed about it. Just like people are brainwashed into thinking that the earth is flat. It's ridiculous. Same thing with the brainwashing to think that the N-word should never be said by any white. Even though they were the ones who made it. We made it, and now we can't even say it? Psh, I guess that's the sick ways of the world. Okay, I dragged the screenshot into the main folder from what Hassan found. Where is this? North Star High School. Lincoln Public Schools. It's founded in 1923, Nebraska. Oh, Lincoln, Nebraska, duh. Pretty funny. Pretty cute. Thank you, spoiler alert. Our sleuth, our top moderator, eat your heart out, modded people. He's the best moderator. If you got modded, chances are you deserved it. Or your actions afterwards proved him right. Just like when somebody calls... a black, somewhat deserving black, this word, the black's behavior afterwards proves them right, oftentimes. But it's not, you don't necessarily want to be proven right. Okay, so, yeah. Anyway, just a little cute story there. Speaking of violence, blacks are not the only violent ones. This 77-year-old purportedly white man, U.S. lawyer, shot and killed Panama so-called climate protesters. I put that in quotes because these men whom he shot are not your typical hippie. Is there such a thing as hippie dippy? Climate protesters who are just peaceable. Who are blocking the road. I have like 25 or so screenshots. Just show them judiciously, I guess, Hassan. Scott Adams posted on X, no comment, quote tweeting Stephen Casey Ree, R-E-A, top 10 coldest picks of our generation, who was replying to End Wokeness's tweet, saying, an old man, 77, I guess that's on the cusp of getting old, getting up there. Mature, we call it. Just shot 2 climate activists who were blocking a highway in Panama. Which America used to own the Panama Canal. We made it. I learned from President Trump on Tucker Carlson. Is he wearing a bobby pin there on his head? Look at him. He's walking like a hard rear guy. And he pulled out his gun out of his pocket and shot the guys because they were in a fight. A fight. Motorist who shot dead 2 environmental protesters blocking a road is a retired U.S. lawyer, age 77, with a conviction for illegal possession of firearms. I guess you don't have your Second Amendment in Panama. I guess they don't respect the right to carry awesome guns. But this man may have abused that right. It looks like. Because look, he shot that guy. That man died. Who's in the foreground? He died. I censored the gun in this picture because, we don't like guns. We cater to the women and female-minded liberals on YouTube. And plus, the guy killed him here. I mean, it's a murder. Or, I think it's a murder, man. At least it's second-degree murder. But they're, like, yelling at each other. This is an old... You call that a climate protester? This is not your average climate protester. People have been mad all around the world at these climate activists. You wouldn't profile this guy as a liberal other than the fact that he's dark-skinned, like a Panamanian. It's pandemonium here in Panama. And this guy's mad, and I don't think he just shot him just because he's mad. He got into an argument. I don't know what the story is. Innocent unless proven guilty, I guess, but crazy. Because of his age, they said that, it's possible he may not even stay in jail. I don't know. I don't know about that. Waving that little pistol around. And he still tried to, remove a tire from blocking the road. And this guy confronted him, too, and got shot and killed by this guy. Is that a little Glock? What a mess. Look at that. It's terrible. Because I guess Panama is corrupt. I think China has their fingers in Panama. And so what the story is there's protesters who are against the mining. There's a mining deal that the president or something of Panama made with a Canadian company. And these people for days or maybe weeks have been blocking the roads, which has been impeding, food getting to places, because a lot of us depend on trucks. America moves by truck, delivering food to the grocery stores or whatever, or restaurants, whatever, however you eat. Not all of us are sensible enough to farm and raise our own food and stuff like that. So we're dependent on the supply chain, and it's been disrupted by these people blocking the roads. And there's been so-called indigenous people. Hake, the video is everywhere. Shared, it's obviously spliced. We do not know what led to the shooting. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Nugget Man. I'm refraining from complimenting his gun because, this is just a serious situation. He's in custody from la policía. But there's indigenous people, there's teachers for some weird reason, And look at these so-called indigenous people. Panama Indians, we'll call them. Or American Indians, because it's still like in the Americas, right? Look at that communist fist from this woman in the air. I think she's protesting after the shooting happened. Like, what's protesting after a shooting gonna do? The old man's gonna be like, oh, I guess you're right. Ridiculous. Kenneth Darlington is the guy who allegedly killed those guys. According to these reports, you know. A copper mine deal, according to CNN. There's guys like tending to the man who, before he died, I guess, as he was dying. The other man, 2 guys killed in this situation. And you know, there's people getting mad in UK, and look, there's this Facebook photo. It's so crazy. Look at these guys. They're like, what the heck, man? Probably didn't say that. ¿Qué onda? I'm chuckling just because I'm making jokes. I'm not making jokes about the murder. Stop being all, or, you know, the killing. Opposition to the mine has united environmentalists who are just misguided oftentimes, most of the time. Indigenous groups, so-called, and teachers and construction unions who say, allegations of backroom dealings between the government and the mining company in Canada has further evidence of widespread official corruption. America should still control the Panama Canal. I heard that from Trump that, like, man, what a mess, huh? The guy's dead now. And this guy's life is disrupted even more than just the blocked road. How backwards, huh? You get mad, or you get yourself worked up and get into a situation where you think you have to kill somebody, and then you do it, or 2, and now your life is disrupted even worse than just the blocked roads, which is bad, I get it. Is that a bobby pin on? I'm distracted. Can you zoom in on that thing that looks like a bobby pin on him? Is that to keep his hair out of his face, or does he have like a implant, or is that a pen up in the middle of his hair? What is that thing? I don't know. Even when you protest corruption, you are probably facilitating it as well, said former U.S. ambassador to Panama, John Feely. Oh, it's a shell? You think so? Much of the outrage is real, but they don't know what the truth is. Panamanians suffering from lack of water, suffering from droughts, principally in the central provinces. Animals die, harvests don't happen, said environmental activist, so if you believe her, Martita Cornejo. Okay, I'm done with that thing. Oh, you know what? Oh, I know what that was. That was the shell. That was the casing. That's the bullet casing. Yeah. Or whatever that thing is. Round case. Whatever this thing is. It's a shell. Oh! I thought you were talking about like a seashell. Like seashell? It's whatever. You think so? Hake never shot a gun confirmed. And I say this as a Canadian, says Nugget Man. I'll just let you think that. I don't disclose whether I've ever shot a gun or gotten my vaccine or whether I'm dating or not. I don't disclose things. You're making me blush. I guess that's the... Oh, man, the guy's... I wonder if he was a Christian. Or he's still alive. They say the pensioner unleashed a wave of bullets. It was made international headlines, of course. On Tuesday, was remanded into custody after a 2-hour hearing the day before, I guess, or whenever. Well, what a mess. David in Ocala, Florida, is on the line. David in Ocala, how you doing, man?
Good morning, Mr. Hake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Yeah, man, you've had quite a week of shows, man. It's been pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to call because, the N-word's been being brought up a lot and everything like that, and you got that card today and all that. And
I got it 2 days ago, actually. I tried to pull it out yesterday, but I got derailed by the flat Earth stuff, and I have a feeling I'm going to fall back into the flat Earth stuff. So beforehand, I need to bring up the old viral content. So N-word content and flat Earth content is Hake's. It's the Lord making Hake's show for him, I guess.
Well, I mean, man, it's to have it signed by Barack Obama or whatever that fake signature put on there. I mean, that's just, that's something, ain't it, man?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the icing on the cake for the card.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. It's cute.
Yeah, maybe you could. Well, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, what I want to say about it is, that word doesn't really mean anything anymore because it's been used so much in rap songs and just slang.
It means many things. It means nothing, and it means many things.
Well, it doesn't mean really what it used to mean, okay? Because all those men that really were hardcore N-word men, they're dead. They're dead. They're gone. That generation's gone.
Oh, both the blacks and the whites.
Well, mainly the whites. The old angry white men that used to call them that.
Uh-huh.
They're 20 years older than me. They're 78 years old, man. They're dead. Most of them are gone.
Wow.
So think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, those people that were using that word in the 60s and 70s, that really, used it really bad. So how does this word keep going on?
It mostly among the whites whom I've ever heard say it, it's either said to indicate the type of black that they're describing, meaning it is meant derogatorily, or else it's just saying it because it's said so much. The raps. Like the rap music like you talk about, or it's said jokingly, or it's said whatever.
Yeah, but that rap, they really
or they're just talking
using it so much in rap until like in the mid-90s, okay? I'm going, before that. So,
yeah.
Meaning, and so they're keeping that word going. In other words, the blacks are the ones that are keeping the word going.
Yep.
So, and then yesterday, those two guys really went at it pretty hard on that flat Earth thing.
Yes, true.
Gee whiz.
Uh-huh.
I mean, does it really matter? I mean, does it matter if the Earth's flat or not, or round? I mean, what did they think they're going to do when Jesus judges them? Go, oh yeah, you were right. It was flat.
I know. It's irrelevant to like a spiritual life, I think.
Yeah.
It's being caught up on the physical world and just something to puff up and fight about.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, check this out. When I was younger, okay, I mean, let's just say 20 years ago, and I got into a little argument over something with somebody. And I thought I was right, This is what I tell them. I'd say, yeah, and they used to think the world was flat. And now I can't even use that anymore because there are more people that think the world's flat. Got what I'm saying?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I used to say, and they used to think the world was flat.
Right, because now it's coming back again.
Yeah, now I can't use that.
Right, that's true.
Did you see on the news how many Palestinians have been killed now? I've heard
numbers such as 20,000 from like the IDF, maybe, and I've heard numbers like at least 10,500 from CNN citing Palestinian Health Authority or something. So yeah, it's a lot. That's wild.
I know.
That's
and
like
they showed up.
In my opinion, of course, who am I to have an opinion on it? It's too many.
Yeah, I agree, but it's it's part of the big picture, man. They're gonna, like I told you, look how many people are like coming out against Israel now.
A lot are, yeah.
Yeah. So.
The right wingers and the left wingers.
Yeah, because they don't understand. See, that's why you're supposed to know about those things that we talk about sometimes, and you go, hey, what does this matter?
Yeah.
And it comes down to stuff like this, okay? It comes down to realizing what's going to happen in the next amount of years.
A person of love, a Christian who is of love, would wish all people well and harbor no ill will towards anyone, no matter what wrong or right that they're doing.
All right.
I still don't think that it matters those prophecies that you think mean what you think they mean.
Why don't you think they matter? They're God's word. That's
but you don't.
What I'm trying to get to you.
Oh yeah, but I don't. I think you're misinterpreting them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I get
And like what? Well, like just because God said different things about different things that would happen during different times. Didn't Jesus himself and others warn, like, watch out that people say this is coming or that's coming? Because you're just supposed to remain vigilant. Be self-controlled and alert.
Also says you'll know the signs and the seasons and that kind of stuff.
I know, but the signs and seasons have been, this whole past 2 millennium have been the same signs and seasons of evil in the world, rising and falling in waves and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that the Bible says that Jesus is going to rule in Jerusalem for 1,000 years. I know we spoke about
He already did.
Before, and I know he already did.
Yeah.
When did Jesus rule in Jerusalem for 1,000 years?
By way of Constantine. He imposed Jesus on the world. Did he not?
I don't know. And by the way,
I'm talking out of my rear with that one, but I'm just saying
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying stuff may have happened that you don't realize already happened. You may be interpreting in a way that you think is God's word, but you're just listening to your imagination and your learning by your research and what other people claim and all that stuff.
Well, no, I'll tell you what. I'll look it up next time I call, and I'll give you the one verse on whatever it is that talks about that, because that's all I can go by.
No.
It's by the word of God.
Do you not have the teacher within?
Yeah, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, then how come you have to look something up?
Well, I mean, I can't just spit it out right this second, but
Didn't the Holy Spirit? Didn't Paul say that the Holy Spirit will bring to your memory what you need to know?
Yep.
And say?
Right now I'm half asleep.
So then you're not relying on the Holy Spirit, you're relying on looking things up.
Well, I mean, I want to get to the precise verse. He's talking about other things when people come against Jesus and deny him and things like that.
So you acknowledge that I'm not denying Jesus by saying this, by treating as bunk what you're talking about with the Revelation stuff. I'm not denying Jesus.
No, I don't believe you are doing that at all.
Yeah.
No, I just think that you're just looking at it in a different way, and that's why I hope one day, you'll be more open-minded about it. Maybe you know what I'm saying. How God leads you to that.
But my attitude towards Israel, whether Israel is the Israel of the Bible or this newfangled UN Israel, is still right? Isn't my attitude nice towards Israel?
Yeah, I believe so. Uh-huh. Yeah, you haven't said anything derogatory about them.
Nice.
You don't want to harm them. And why is that? Why do you feel that? Why do you think that you don't want to harm them or cause them any pain? Because
God said to love everybody.
All right. Well, especially them, because they're, here, I read, I'll leave you with this. I read this in my Bible the other night. I think it's in like Urza 9. Anyway, these Jews, these Israelis or Jews, they would go against God, okay? And he would put them in captivity for 8 years. He would have this king come up, and put them in captivity for like 8 years. Then they cry out to him to set them free. He'd set them free. They'd go right back to doing what they did again, and he'd bring another king to put them in captivity. And this went on, and I thought to myself, man, that is unbelievable. So they just don't learn. They don't. They're hard-headed.
Isn't that you? Isn't that you and me and everybody you know?
Yeah, of course it is.
So
Well,
that's what I like about reading the Old Testament about the Israelites, that they're a stiff-necked people, and that's see, I read that as human nature. I read that as me.
Yeah, but that's them. They're known for that, man. I told you that they really.
So is everybody.
Only 1% of them. Only 1% of them believe that Jesus is the Messiah, and they'll cut you off. I mean, they'll lose their whole family over becoming a Christian. So.
Oh yeah.
It's deep.
True.
It's deep, man. It gets deep. Anyway, listen. I appreciate you taking my call, and one other thing. You know that the atheist guy that you had on?
Kaz, the Atheist Edge.
Yeah, I called in and spoke to him, and you really ought to pray for that guy. He's in deep trouble, dude. That dude's in trouble, man. Seriously.
I'm chuckling because, yeah.
Why are you chuckling?
I'm chuckling because...
Did you notice what was going on? Did you notice what was going on during your interview?
What?
Well, I'll be vague. It was snowing. Okay, how's that? In his office.
Oh, like drug use?
Mm-hmm. I really didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
But are you positive that that's what you were seeing?
Yeah. Go back and relook at the tape. I hate that. Anyway.
Okay.
That's not
all right. Yeah, let's leave that alone because I don't want to start rumors.
Right.
I disavow whatever he said. Thank you, man.
Deal is that it's his site, man. I mean, it's like 666 reasons to be an atheist, stuff like that, man. I mean, that's hardcore, buddy.
I know, but don't you notice that Christians are atheists, and you yourself? Here's why I chuckled: is because you may not have the spiritual life that you think that you have yourself. You know, so it makes me chuckle when Christian types, if you'll forgive me for calling you that, talk about, oh, we need to pray for such and such atheist who's like openly disbelieving in God, but like we the Christian Christian guys need to check ourselves. That's why I chuckled. That guy made.
Well, I used to be like that. I wasn't an atheist.
And you just gossiped on this guy.
Huh?
You just gossiped on this guy. Nugget Man points that out. That's not Christian.
Look.
I get that you were concerned, but that's mama spirit excuse to gossip. Oh, I'm concerned. We need to pray for this guy. It was snowing. And spoiler alert, thought you were talking about dandruff, but you're alleging without evidence, but maybe you're more worldly and know stuff better than me because stuff goes over my head, that this guy was using coke or something.
Wow. Well, I didn't want to use that word.
I know, but
do you want me to prove it to you?
No, I don't want, because I don't care. You're trying to prove gossip. That's his business.
I got you riled up. Now, don't you? No,
yeah, you have me riled up. It's funny.
I know I do. I do.
But my point is,
him. I'm more concerned about him than what he was doing. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I almost died on that stuff. Okay. So
yeah. Okay.
No, I understand that.
But that's mama spirit, you know.
Where do y'all come up with this mama spirit?
Because you're gossiping about the dude on air, on international radio.
Yeah, but I didn't want to keep it going this long.
I know, but you brought it up, so now I'm not calling attention to him. I'm calling attention to you because you're like, we need to pray for him. We need to pray for him. No. Hold on, let me make this point.
Okay.
We need to pray for him is a precursor to gossip. That's why I say mama, because mamas, women, busybodies, love to gossip about other people and be like, we need to pray for him. And
I don't mean it like that, man. I mean it because the guy's in trouble, bro. Okay.
Right, but I mean, that's what I mean. Let
me ask you something.
But you're in trouble.
Not anymore. I'm not.
Not in terms of drugs, maybe. Okay, I grant you that. Right. But in terms of gossiping, getting angry,
not gossiping.
You admitted that you got angry.
Huh?
You admitted that you get angry still.
Sure I do. So do you. People on your show get angry all the time. That yelling fest that went on yesterday.
Is that what you're going to tell God when he? Is that what you're going to tell God? James and other people on the Hake Report get mad too.
No, I'm not going to tell God that.
Then why are you bringing that? Why are you changing the subject away from yourself?
Well, I was trying to let you know I was being in debt. The guy's in trouble, dude. If you're doing that kind of stuff, like
I know,
that,
but
you can't even cut loose of it for a couple of hours. You got problems, bro.
He was cold. He said it's cold in here.
Yeah, it's cold. Go rewatch the tape.
I'm
bro.
not interested.
I know you're not. So I guess look, man.
I wish him well.
I really didn't. You wish me well?
No, I wish him well. And you. If I wish anybody well, I wish Kaz and David and Ocala, two sides of the same coin, well.
Two sides of the same coin?
Yeah, because both of you guys are judgmental antis. He's anti-Christian and you're anti-atheist.
Oh, I'm anti-atheist?
Yeah, you're anti-human scum. No, I'm kidding about that. I stole that from Alex Jones.
You stole it from Alex Jones? Yeah. All right, man. Well, listen.
Great call, man.
Well, I didn't mean to go down that road that deep, bro. I was trying to,
I did.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't.
Once you dug a little, I dug way in.
Yeah, you went deep, man. So I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt.
You can apologize to Kaz. You want to apologize to Kaz right now for bringing that up?
No, I want to tell if he hears this
man.
I know where he's at.
I don't want your advice for Kaz. I'm offering you the opportunity to apologize to him, or else we just say goodbye.
I apologize if I hurt his feelings.
No, that's mama. That's messed up, dude. You can't say I apologize if I hurt your feelings. That's so.
Let me tell you something.
No. Hold on. Let me make this point because you can't. Okay, you can, but that's so patronizing and condescending to be like, I apologize if I hurt your feelings. No, you say, I apologize. I was wrong for gossiping about this on air.
Okay.
If you had a concern, you could have emailed Hake, the hakereport@gmail.com. If you didn't want to,
So do you think that these people that have this mama...
No. I just wanted to offer you the... Oh, what was your question? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you about this anyway.
Okay.
Do you think that these people with this mama spirit and everything like that they're weak?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, we who have a mama spirit are weak.
Well, so if you and I and somebody else were at a bar, okay, and some guy came up to you and started messing with you.
Yeah.
And I said to him, I said, hey, man, that's enough. You need to go. And then he said, he comes back for some more, and I hop up and just knock him into next week. Would that mean that I got a mama spirit?
Yeah, because it wasn't your business.
Yeah, well, that's how I am. So I just want,
But that's not...
So if I'm
did God make you that way?
Huh?
Did God make you that way, or did Satan /mother/
Time made me that way. I got to the point where I got tired of taking people's crap, and to me that's an act of war. So if somebody comes up and does that anymore, it goes down. It's not
Is that godly?
Hey, I don't want any trouble.
Is that godly?
Yeah, because God had David go out and kill Goliath with a rock, put it right between his head. He didn't go, hey, we should work this out and talk this out. And
you think you're David and Goliath?
No, I'm just using that as an example. And when people come and threaten you, okay, and you got the guts to jack them up, then you ain't got no mama spirit in you.
No, look at this 77-year-old man who got himself put in jail. What does turn the other cheek mean when Jesus said, turn the other cheek? When somebody slaps you, embarrasses you in public, slapping you, that's such an insult. And then you just turn, how about this side now? That's right. But that's not you. You want to you be the friend who steps up to him.
I did turn the other cheek when I said, "Hey, man, you go on, okay? You don't need to do this. Got me? Leave them alone. In other words, see, you give them a chance to leave. I was just wondering how you felt about that, because
Yeah.
you can't have a mama spirit and be a man at the same time.
That was
I don't understand where that comes from.
It's a mama bear because you're being a mama bear. You're not being a man.
Okay, so all right.
Because many men know better than to get involved in stuff. Oftentimes. Look at Hake's arms, sir. Do you think anyone is messing with him? Nobody steps to Hake. Hey, fool! This is why nobody messes with me. I'm just.
Yeah, well, you know,
I'm mocking my former guest, who I maybe will have back on.
Well, since they brought up that size thing, you know, that second kid you had on that pulled out the piece.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that kid.
Right.
And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because he's seen stuff. Okay, like me, like I've seen stuff.
Yeah.
I've been there. Okay. I might sound like I'm 17 and stuff. All right. But I've seen it. That's what that reaction from him when he pulled that piece out and said, I got my constitutional right to take care of, that's where that came from, because that kid's seen some deep stuff, man. Terrible stuff, probably, that he's glad he doesn't have to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a great day, Hake, man. I hope you have a great show, and thanks for having me on again.
Thank you, man. Great call. Take care.
All right. Hey, all right, buddy. Bye.
Bye. I wasn't quoting 50 Cent. I was quoting Krishan the Don, the one whom he called a kid. Shout out to Krishan the Don. Whew. William in California is on the line. William, thanks for calling, man. Thanks for holding. Go for it.
Sometimes.
Hey.
Right on, David. Good call.
Yeah.
Yesterday, your show yesterday, it was pretty epic.
You enjoyed it?
Hard time. Yeah, it was pretty out there.
Are you into the flat Earth thing at all?
Well, I got a collection of telescopes and spotting scopes.
Okay.
And it was kind of hit home with me. I mean, I'm not a flat earther, but I was thinking in my mind, well, wait a minute, what are you looking at with these telescopes?
Yeah, is there any are there any flat earthers who are astronomers?
Yeah, well, I think that's like water and oil, I think.
I think so. I don't know, though. It
was kind of hard to understand a lot of. See, these guys, CJ, I mean, the first guy, I had to play it again last night, and it was nice. It actually put me to sleep. It was good.
Nice.
And the first guy was like he was in a hole or something that had two ways to get out, and then CJ just came and said, "No, dude, it's this way. Come out." And then after a while, CJ just pulled the pin and threw a grenade in the hole and said, "To hell with it." But some of these things, though, I want you to think that. Well, this is what I think sometimes, that when a lot of these, because I guess CJ's an engineer, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so these guys know a lot of stuff.
Yep.
That may not serve you too well in regular life, and if you might just kind of just want to leave that alone, because they was busting out some serious figures, numbers, and formulas and everything, and that's when I just kind of threw my hands up like, whoa.
Yeah.
But it was kind of hard to understand, and like I said, I do the telescope thing and the stargazing thing. It made me well, wait a minute, what the hell am I looking at up there?
Yeah. Beautiful, man. Yeah, so there are blacks who are into space.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, I sent you a picture one time, and you missed it. You didn't air it. It was eclipse, and
do you send it? You say that you send me stuff, but well, okay. For one, I'm bad about emails. I need to get better. But
that's okay.
Do you send it to the HakeReport@gmail.com?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but there's been a while, so don't even dig for that.
All right.
Because I was telling Matt living the American dream, and I was kind of sharing it with him and everything. I said, I see it, but look, it doesn't look that good coming out of the machine. It's actually better to just naked eye. It's better with the naked eye and everything. And I tried to take a picture of something one time and send it to you, but it didn't come out that good. It was better with the naked eye.
Oh, okay.
And in the spotting scope.
For sure. That's usually oftentimes
and in my
the
spotting
case.
scopes, when I use them, like if I go to Sea Cliff in San Francisco, which is a nice view, you can see the ships coming in, but they do kind of come out of the horizon.
Okay.
Well, they do.
Yeah.
But
I watched the sunset earlier this week. I think it was Monday.
Right.
I watched the sunset below the horizon. It went pretty fast once it got down there.
Yeah, it does travel pretty fast, don't it?
Yeah. And I heard that because of refraction, it actually means that the sun actually already set 40 minutes prior. It's just that we're seeing past the horizon.
Right.
To the horizon beyond the horizon.
Exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. And so, for me to step back with the conversation yesterday, it just, it's like, all right, sometimes it's best to just turn the cheek and walk away.
True.
But you got some based callers. I like David. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's real cool. And Rick, he's real cool, too.
Nice.
And you know what, too? I was thinking about my man down in Phoenix.
Oh, Joe from Phoenix?
Joe is not a bad guy, man, and I bet you me and Joe can just sit down together and go back and forth with a whole lot of things and not even agree, but have a good time.
Nice.
Because I can definitely challenge anybody on this one. I bet you Harvard was a better school when he went to Harvard.
Oh, could be.
Now.
Oh, yeah, probably. Most likely, yeah, because Joe, I believe, is a Gen Xer.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. I mean, I know that it's been on a long decline, but today's Harvard is not the Harvard of the 80s or 90s.
I don't think it's like when he attended it.
Yeah.
I can almost bank on it.
Ned Post says Joe Kenyon is evil. But evil people can be good guys.
Yeah.
Said that Joe from Phoenix is evil.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
Jesus called his disciples evil.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody's going to be okay, and just remember that you can't put out a electrical fire with water. So
interesting. What makes you say that?
Because like one of your callers said something about the N word again, and he said, "Hey man, it really ain't all that anymore anyway."
Right.
And the real guys are. He's right. They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone, and so I wouldn't even respond to it. It's not all that. Just leave it alone. Everybody, just leave it alone. It's no big deal. I mean, everybody's going to be all right. Now, in the news, I think it is around 20,000 Palestinians, and the people that are protesting against Israel, let's really think about this. The government that was given to the Palestinians was actually the government that they were offered, I think maybe by some Israelis in control of it, but hey, it was given to them just like the land and said, here it is, you take this. And as far as the people that's running the show, they picked those people.
Now, that was over like 16 years ago, right? 17 years ago or something?
They picked those people. They picked those people. It's not really a country. So what happens is they picked those people and voted them in. Now they're in Qatar in a hotel.
Oh, yeah, Hamas is. They're just living large in another whole country.
Right.
I heard.
And they voted for those people to run their show.
Yeah.
And look what they're doing to them.
They don't really care about them. Just like every government does not really care about its people.
I mean, they actually
human beings don't care about each other.
Yeah, and they actually showed on the news where these rockets were coming from. And since everybody likes to speak about these mosques in different sacred places and schools and hospitals and everything, they showed the proof on the ground that they were shooting these things from mosque, hospitals, schools.
Yeah,
they were the command centers.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Mm-hmm. I could believe it.
Yeah, and then Cori Bush, boy, she was really flowing the other day with her protest of shutting what's her name that they were.
For censoring Rashida Tlaib.
Yeah.
Cori Bush, the black lady from Baltimore or somewhere? Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri. St. Louis area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I was listening to Tupac. She was flowing.
Oh, really? So she was like, was she rhyming or just?
Man, I turned my head and looked at the TV. I was like, man, she's spitting some bars.
That's funny.
It ain't going nowhere.
Embarrassing.
This is the place, the place of the slavery. And this is she was just banging out some bars, man. You know.
Yeah.
But, they still shut her up. They still, egghead. But you seen the egghead when they're, bald headed, sitting in the background. All of them, they shaking their head, yes, and everything, and it didn't do anything. So they shut her down. Can we talk about Wanda? Wanda was caught going to the ballot boxes, and bullying voters. And is that City Hall, the city building? Is that Virginia? Where is that at? The girl Wanda, they got her in court and everything for stuff in the ballot boxes, and she's been doing this for years. And I think it's some other ones that they got caught because they're putting a lot of surveillance cameras at the mail-in boxes when she's outside the. I sent you the story actually.
Okay.
Got her in court.
Does that have anything to do with Bridgeport? What is?
Yeah, it is Bridgeport.
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah, Wanda. Look at Wanda.
Huh.
Yeah,
and that's
Wanda.
Really her name too, right? Wanda.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And it's just some. Is it just some gal?
Yeah.
Some
She's
black gal.
Black.
Yeah.
And not just her. There's some other ones, and there's stuff in it. It kind of reminded me of 2,000 Mules, was a good film too.
Wanda Getter Pataki.
Getter.
Getter Pataki, something like that.
Yeah. So she got busted along with some other people. It's not just her. They got some stuff going on in Michigan as well. But we're going to see how everything turns out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Something else is on my mind. This Hebrew Israelite school, that's what that school was that woman ran the car into. A little school for little kids.
Wait. Are you talking about black Hebrew Israelite or are you talking about a Hebrew Jewish school?
Some lady ran a car into one of their schools. I don't know.
A Jewish school? Or a black Hebrew Israelite school?
I think it was a black Hebrew Israelite school. I don't know. That's what I kind of vaguely heard.
Crazy, evil things happening in the world.
It's going down, man.
I love the black Hebrew Israelites. They call into my show. Well, one of them calls into my show now. I used to have 2 or 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, they're kind of like on a group text.
No, not necessarily. I don't think they are. I don't think they know each other.
Not all of the Israelites are not, but there's a few. Yeah, you did have a few.
Yeah,
you did a few. Art is one.
Right, Art, Kentucky John, the real one, not the fake one whom I banned. Jeremiah from Louisiana.
Yeah, I remember him.
And then some others maybe.
Jeremiah. Yeah, the one that eats.
Haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't heard from them in a while. That is true. I haven't heard from them guys in a while.
Yeah. Well, John from Kentucky, I was going to get to his call earlier this week. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. We'll hear from him, I'm sure.
You sure will. As soon as you say something bad about some black people, he gonna call. He gonna tell you something about the Klan, and he ain't never even seen a Klanman.
Well, I got to keep it moving, William, in California. Great talking to you, man. Thank you for the tips, news tips.
All right.
Bye. Guys, I know some of you guys been on hold forever. I will get to you. I have super chats as well to get to. It is Thrash Thursday. I know it's not thrash music, you metalheads. This is Unitive knowledge of the Godhead. It might not be Christian. Let's hear it. Let's hear it now. Go ahead and play it. Because it starts off quiet. It's from 2007. O-M. The album is Pilgrimage. Shout out to RINO. You hear it coming in? Okay, so this means that like 6 or 7 minutes, I'll be getting to the super chats and calls, guys. You hear it? You see my head bobbing? It's the satanic language making me move with the music. It's not good. What's thrash? Well, I just mean kind of hard. Hard music. Psychedelic. So good. Mute for 6 or 7 minutes. OM. Were you ever a metal? Nope, no metal for me, except for extol. Be right back, guys.
And it weeps no more until the setting sun where efforts fade. Suffuse the stream of memories and broken races, darker seeds. Transmute now, remainder of rabbit for the afterlife.
Christian, or maybe it's not. Is it related to sleep? I didn't know that. Maybe I did. Super duper Let me see about reading some super chats, guys. I saved the Wilder music for the end so that the people could skip it. I'm chuckling because I'm reading super chats. Yeah, I have sleeps. I have Holy Mountain by Sleep. I haven't listened to it a lot, but it's cool. I got this stuff when I was kind of getting more into work rather than listening to music. Well, thank you guys for bearing with me through the beautiful music. My opinion is beautiful. I got to read some super chats and get back to calls. Hang tight, callers. Over on Streamlabs, Gregatron, man. Thank you for the support as always. Hey, Hake, flat earth people are the exact same as black Hebrew Israelites. How can one argue with that? Triple question mark. First of all, I'm not that smart. Second of all, it's a waste of time. If you believe one way or the other, okay? Triple question mark. Who cares? Why is this even a thing? I know, Gregatron. Hope you enjoyed the show irregardless, which is not a word, I know. Joe from Phoenix caught me saying it. Ego as pride, the pride of knowledge, and thinking that you know is probably why it's a thing. I stole the word ego from American Anchor Baby's guest yesterday, Bill the engineer. Hey, Bill. Nice. Thank you, Gregatron. Appreciate that. Over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. Thank you to Skyjack again. Thanks for the all caps. And Amazing Asia, appreciate that. He's on sabbatical, pursuing other interests separate from the network. Zuzu CC bought a coffee. Has anyone seen Lord Bibby 42, aka 790? Double question mark. I hope the Coco didn't get him. Coco or Popo? Delilah is heartbroken. No more Samson. Crying face emoji with just one single tear. Like the American Indian who cried when you littered in that commercial. Based America First bought a coffee. Let me just click another super to mark Based America First's coffee. Hake News reported on the third RINO debate. Did you watch it? I did not. See, although I did catch that minute and 20 seconds where Vivek Ramaswamy, shout out to Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek, he stomped. And I disavow using the term curb stomp because that's gross. It was a traumatizing scene in that evil liberal movie, propaganda, anti-white movie. But he stomped those tricks, those people in the liberal media and Ronna McDaniel. Nice. I'll tell you about it later. Let me finish reading this super chat. Seemed like the best out of the three lousy debates. And Vivek, the top of the dung pile. No slur against the India Indians intended. Shout out to the India Indians. Heavy on foreign policy. Biggest winner was Trump for not even attending. No original ideas. Either referenced Reagan or something Trump already did. So many warmongers. Haley, as in Nikki Haley, thinks she has ammunition on her shoes. Whoa. Ron, as in DeSantis, and Vivek slammed her abysmal record all night since she's number 3. Wow, number 3 is euphemism for diarrhea. Don't say that, kids. Anyway, it came out that the United States can't build up military because it's too dependent on China's supply chain, and we no longer have sufficient manufacturing base. Wow. Tim Scott, the black RINO, must, not to be confused with the based Tim Scott in the chat, must have asked his single mama if he could be there. Can I be there, Mom? Oh, his single mama girlfriend. Maybe. Demon rat moderators. Yeah, NBC people. That light-skinned black guy who took over after the guy who got caught lying, allegedly, lost his job. And this female, mildly attractive female, who was pushing the Russian collusion hoax, according to Vivek, tried to get candidates to say they'd take away seniors' Social Security, but nobody took the bait. DeSantis awkwardly stuck out his tongue during his closing. Oh, Lord, come on, DeSantis. He's not ready, but we appreciate him. Thank you, Base America First. My close and personal friend, Jib Jab. Hola, James. That means hello in Spanish. I haven't given you my money in a while. Here, have some $sign emojis. Thank you. It's really hush-hush money to avoid the flat earth topics. Winky face emoji. 3 coffees. Now I'm torn. You've made me divided. Jib Jab, my close and personal friend. Spoiler alert, bought a coffee. I used my calculator and came up with 8 inches at 1 mile. I don't know what CJ was measuring. Black box emoji. Note, I'm not saying it's a good measure of drop, for the Earth's curve. 1 mile drops 8 inches. I don't know about that one. That sounds like a whole lot. As it doesn't account for 1, the height of the observer. That's right. 2, refraction. True. And 3, increasing angle between observer and observed. Interesting. Gets sharper and sharper. Or more and more, increased angle. Closer and closer to 90 degrees. Interesting. Thank you, spoiler alert. Yeah, I doubt it's 8 inches per mile squared. Evil is real, bought a coffee. I shared yesterday's episode. Oh, no, hold on. Evil is still real, says spoiler alert. And what exactly did you put into your calculator? 1 times 8? You need a calculator for that? Or did you run a true non-R-worded, etarded ray formula for drop on a sphere? Curious how you verified, said spoiler alert. Evil is still real in the Rumble rants. Thank you, man. He also says, although they get an F. Oh, no, hold on. Let me jump back over to buy me a coffee. Evil is real. Buy and Hake super chats all over the place. I shared yesterday's episode, says Evil is real, which is CJ from Texas, okay? Not to dox him, but I think he's established that, okay? For clarity, I shared yesterday's episode with all my 200-plus colleagues I work with, all very high IQ, and 100% of the feedback was disbelief that someone could be that stupid at age 55. And I'm going to get to him. He's on hold right now. The best response was from an engineer who said, I thought the guy you were arguing with was stupid, and then I read the chat. OMG, oh my gosh! Exclamation mark. The amount of chat tards actually saying the flat earther was making good points was astounding. You truly have one of the most R-worded, etarded ray audiences on the internet, Hake. Keep it up, chat tards. And when confronted with your ignorant, low IQ stupidity by someone with a functioning brain, just call out beta and make fun of their girlfriend's nationality. Because he has said, well, I won't get into that. Interracial. Anyway, Evil is still real continues. Although they all get an F on proper cognitive process, I will give an E for effort to Kevin Howe. The real Mr. Mad, and spoiler alert, they show signs of not wanting to be total full-blown R-word, etard ray. Spoiler alert, gives a Rumble rant. At Evil is still real. I just used the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which gives you a triangle. Does a triangle give you... Is a hypotenuse thing? The Pythagorean theorem, right? A squared plus b squared on a right angle. So you're standing vertically. Does that give you, like, what the drop should be? Or, I don't know. Interesting. Okay, I think I'm done with... Am I done with all the super chats? I thought that there were... Okay, yeah, I plowed through them. Good job, Hake. Thank you. DB in South Carolina has been on hold forever. DB, thanks for calling and holding, man. Are you there?
I'm here still.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you hanging in there.
Okay. So there's a scripture that in 1 Thessalonians 5:21 says, and God commands us to do this, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. Right?
Nice.
So yesterday, I heard when you were talking to a caller, you said you hadn't looked into anything that were, like he was saying, were very compelling arguments. So what you ought to do is actually go out and see what's out there, So, like, I know a really good place to go. And there's actually a book called, like, Clay Under the Seal by Pastor Dean Odell. He's, like, the first pastor probably to speak out on this.
Wait, I don't want you necessarily dropping names. I know have not laid that out in a while, but avoid dropping names. You can send me by email.
In his name, he has a website where he has all the evidence, like, from the world that, it takes a lot of time to accumulate, but he actually puts it into his sermons as he walks through the scriptures, in-depth study on this topic. And it really opens your eyes to how, God will actually cause the people who are deceiving everybody to actually tell you the truth. So it'll be your own fault if you didn't know, if you don't go research. Because there's another
but who cares?
Scripture.
So who cares? Why are you playing mama on, it's my fault that I don't know that the earth is
no, it's your
flat.
It says in Proverbs 25 verse 2. It says, "It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but it's the honor of kings to search out a matter."
So you want to be a king?
After this life, it says his people are a royal priesthood, and they will be priests and kings. So right now is the time to go do some research. Right? It's the honor of kings to search out a matter. And also, this is a massive topic. This is like 200 different things. So when you just go one thing at a time, there's another proverb. It says, "He that answereth the matter before he heareth it, it is a folly and shame unto him." Right. So a good judge, like, wasn't
it a folly and shame for you to be like, "Are you from the government?" when I was asking you a question about a matter?
Because you're not really concerned about the truth. You're not really, like, you're not actually going out and looking at anything.
Yeah, So, I look at this beautiful horizon every weekend, almost.
Yeah.
And so you're accusing me of something that's not true. You're making assumptions. Isn't it folly and shame for you to make assumptions?
You sound like you guys sound like you got government agents. Because that's the techniques they use on CNN, right? The same debate techniques.
Dang.
Because after someone is exposing a truth, they quickly move on to the next question. But
that's you.
Put their little opinion in.
No. You quickly move on to the next point. When I'm still stuck on the first point you made, and you want to move on and accuse me of being a government agent.
you might be. I don't know.
But aren't you doing what you accuse me of doing?
What's that?
Quickly moving on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, rather than staying on a point?
No, what you do is you, like in a debate on TV, when, like, President Trump's being questioned, and you can tell they're trained. They're trying to get him. And then when they want to move on to the next question, they quickly say something, and then they go on. So, this topic, it's not something that can be explained in a few minutes. It's something you have to take an interest in yourself, and you have to go look. And like I said, that book, like Clay Under the Seal.
Don't be dropping books. I just told you, don't be. Hey, DB. Don't be dropping names of people and books that I don't know nothing about. You're being rude after I already told you not to do it. Well, you might have forgotten because, but no, don't do it anymore. Stop it.
Okay, we don't want people to figure out the truth. Okay.
Is that what you're getting? Is that what you're really getting from that?
You should be concerned because, like, you keep saying that this topic doesn't matter. It's not like my life. It's just a revelation. When you go outside, you just look at the world you live in, and it's not what they tell us. So the reason it's so important is because since 2015, there is a pastor who boldly spoke about it, and God was waking up people, and it looks like there's tens of millions of people that have come back to the Lord, and you can't really see it. It's like it's hidden from everybody, except for those who are in the movement. And so,
What movement?
Well, there's been a massive revival. That's what I mean.
What
There's
movement?
been a massive
What's it
revival,
called?
and this book actually encapsulates it. Talks all about it. How there's even a whole chapter.
No.
where it
I
just
don't want
talks
to.
about
I don't want to hear
atheists.
about any chapter. I want to hear about.
No research for you. Okay, so
I told you you can.
tons-
If you really want, you can send me tips by email.
Okay, so
But I don't want you name dropping.
I can read like on refraction. It takes about 10 pages to talk about the refraction argument. But I just said that there is a PhD in physics who's highly sought after by the NIH.
Right. I remember you mentioning
Dr.
that.
Fraud. Remember Dr. Fraud?
I don't know what these people are.
Well, Dr. Fraud is the highest.
No,
paid guy in the
I
government.
asked you what movement, and you're going all over the place.
Okay, so it's
What movement?
not really a. God is waking people up about where they live, and it's happening all over. Like in 2019, there was a man that came up from Brazil to talk at the Flat Earth International Conference, which is a secular conference, and he said there's over 10 million people in Brazil that woke up to it, and they were having. The media is blacking out stuff. They had like a Macy's Day parade down there in South America, and it was all about. I mean, just imagine Macy's Day like in New York. Just people for as far as you can see, and they're holding up these massive banners that the Earth is flat, right? And they're
So
hiding
the crowd,
the
crowd is doing it.
The whole parade is about that topic,
Right.
And
So why would you
right?
be following a crowd? Or acting like a crowd is giving credence, or some PhD expert is giving credence to your thing.
Well, you
What-
brought CJ on. Why would you bring him on? Why would
Because
you
he's
follow
a
that
caller,
guy?
and he's a caller into my show, just like I brought you on.
Yeah, but like this is a topic where you can't just.
Do you
have
want to talk to
actually look
CJ
at it.
again?
Like I said, if you want me to read 10 pages on refraction, I'll do it. Like I've done
I
my
want you to
homework.
stay white and live.
I'm probably more like Peach or Thousand Island, but
Ugh, don't say Thousand Island.
So-
DB,
Okay,
DB,
so-
I have a
so
question
here's-
for you. Why are you quick to accuse me of these different things?
so because you never get to the heart of the matter, you're steering the conversation towards keeping us locked into what we all know, what we're all taught in the whole world. The universal public school system.
Okay,
Keep
okay,
us
let me
locked
stop you there.
into
Let me stop
the
you there.
spin of the earth.
Let me stop you there.
Yeah. That's what you do.
You're accusing me of being a government plant, talking like CNN, shutting down things, changing the subject, but that's what you do.
Like them. Yeah, I didn't say you were. I said you
No.
like them.
Yeah, talking like CNN.
Yeah.
But you're making assumptions. And you're the one doing what you're accusing me of doing, changing the subject.
No, you're just arguing, man. Like you're just doing it now. You're just doing it now. That's what you did with the last caller too, or the caller before that.
Who, the one who gossiped about Cass?
Yeah.
You don't think I was right about him?
I don't know the particulars, man.
But it's not the
I just know
particulars don't matter.
spin
You didn't
people
you
around
hear
pretty
him?
well. You're good at it. You're
Didn't-
good at spinning people around.
I'm not trying to. I'm totally not trying to spin you around. When I asked
Well, you go in one direction, then you spin them off to another direction without them being able to complete, the topic.
I mean,
Like on the refraction thing, that's a massive topic. You can't talk about it on the radio. You have to go look at it.
and when I asked you a
if you
simple
think that
question, when I asked you a simple question on the refraction topic,
it's not a simple question.
I asked you one simple question. It may not be a quick answer, but you refused to answer it. You said, go look it up yourself, and then you started talking about other topics. And then you accused me of being a government plant when I asked you an honest question. So I would encourage
No,
you.
it's not. The answer is not simple.
No, hold on, man. I would encourage you, be more, you're a sloppy
because
thinker.
you just say it's refraction, and that's not true.
But you're
if we were in high.
No, hold on,
we
man.
were in high school.
This is what I'm telling you. You're a sloppy thinker. I ask you a question on it, and you go to, are you working for the government? Like this is a You're listening to your suspicions.
Because it's the truth, and you're actually on the wrong side. So yeah, you could actually suspect you are.
I ask you a simple question.
You are.
I ask you a legitimate question about it.
I have a right to suspect you are.
I know you have a right to suspect me. I am, but I'm encouraging you to be more. I don't know in your thinking.
You do the same thing you're just talking about now. So just listen to yourself.
Okay, but now we're just going to accuse each other of doing stuff, and neither of us is going to look at each other.
Yeah, we're not talking about
ourselves.
The topic. Like, okay, so like, did you know that 1/3 of all millennials are awake to the flat Earth?
Why is it so important that Hake knows it's flat, believes it's flat?
I don't think you do much research on this topic. It's not everything, but it's waking people up that the Bible is true.
Do you live right?
They're being saved.
Do you live right?
See? Why is that important to you?
It's not important to me if you live right, but do you live right?
What does that mean to you, though?
Whatever it means to you, do you do it? Do you live right?
Yeah, I live right. I love the truth, and this isn't everything. It's just a revelation God has revealed, and you're either going to get caught up in it, and you're going to see it, and you're going to get interested in where you live because they're hiding stuff from us.
So do you live right?
The Earth is a fun place.
You live right?
I suppose I do.
Wait. First you said you do. Now you say you suppose you do?
I don't know what you mean by that.
No. But wait. As you see your life, do you live right?
1/3 of all millennials are woken up to this. You can run to them on the sidewalk. I run into them all the time. They know the truth, brother. Why don't you?
Do you live right, buddy? 55-year-old DB.
As far as I know, yes.
Oh.
Mr. James.
Do
you know there's an easy experiment?
No, I got to go, man. Call me tomorrow.
All right, see? You cover up, brother.
Okay, buddy. Oh, he got me! He got me! With a click. CJ in Texas is on the line. CJ, thanks for calling, man. What's up?
Not much.
Hey.
Hey, were you able to do that experiment that he suggested where you just walk outside and see the clouds floating behind the sun?
That's what he said?
Yeah, he said that there's guys on the internet, all flat earthers, that have pictures of clouds going behind the sun. He says he's seen it his entire life. And when he was trying to explain the 8-inch drop and defend it, he just wandered off into, look, just go outside and look up. It just completely abandoned his argument, as he always does, and started saying how you could just go outside and look up and see the sun in the middle of the clouds, and that clouds go behind the sun, and you just walk outside and see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen clouds behind the sun, James?
I have not. That one guy did in a famous photograph. I do remember him saying something about a famous photograph or a famous guy.
Yet in your entire 40-plus years on the planet, you've never seen that phenomena that this guy is seeing all the time?
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Also, passenger jets fly at 45,000 feet, usually maximum, above the surface of the Earth.
Yeah.
That causes a total deflection and angle change to the horizon of 1.5 degrees. So that would be considered not really perceptible.
Yeah. Interesting, man.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, when I go out to the beach and I can see from one end, like 180 degrees to another, and I'm turning my head, I can't really tell if I'm detecting anything. I probably wouldn't detect anything, would I? Or would I?
How about if you what?
If I would detect any, I don't know if when I look from one end to the other, would I detect any curve? Or no?
No.
Okay.
There's a fundamental breakdown of understanding the size and the scale of these numbers.
Yeah, the scale, at scale. He hadn't heard that question before.
Yeah, it's weird that he says, no, I don't belong to any of these societies or anything. I just do a lot of thinking for myself, And then he goes on and talks about the Flat Earth Society meetup in South America with millions of people. It's like, wow, man, sure sounds like you're not following these Flat Earth societies. He talks about preachers that are running churches teaching Flat Earth. It's like, I'm pretty sure you follow Flat Earth a lot. You cite the equation 8 inches over 1 mile. If you Google that, all of the top results are from Flat Earth. So he didn't come up with that equation by himself. Somebody taught him that, right? Then he says, you got to do a bunch of research. Research is the systematic investigation of something, compiling evidence to reach new conclusions. It is not typing into your YouTube search bar Flat Earth videos and then watching them. That's not research. That's just self-brainwashing.
Or some book that he wants to drop on the air that he thinks I'm suppressing.
Yeah, when I start talking about thinking for myself, I immediately start talking about other people's books and videos that I've watched and preachers, and that's totally thinking for yourself.
That handyman gave a donation on Rumble asking me to ask CJ about bullet drop. Does that ring a bell? I don't know what he means. What his question is.
If in an otherwise, bullets are a strange thing because you're targeting something. But you take into account curvature. I mean, you would always get a more accurate shot taking into account the curvature of the Earth.
And like a long distance sniper at such and such thousands yards or whatever.
Yeah, and that's like the reason why Google Earth is always images of composites, is because if you take a picture, it would of something that wasn't flat, right? The further and further you get away from the center of the picture, the more and more or less accurate it would become.
Yeah, it would get more and more distorted. It's like you're looking at my hand, and then you're looking at the angle, and then you're looking at it longwise almost.
Right. Now, I do civil engineering and land development, right? So we take massive parcels of land and develop them, entire communities, right? We'll have like 5,000 residential homes, a shopping center, a school, a firehouse. We're pretty much just building, designing whole communities.
Yeah.
So when we fly out there with the LiDAR in the drone, and it shoots lasers down and everything. When we design on something called the state plane system that was set up by the federal government and adopted by the states, where we map everything out flat, right? But we have to have the state plane coordinate system to tell us how to translate where we are and make it flat on the plan. So when we go out and we have the drone collect data, the drone collects it on the sphere of the Earth.
Yeah.
Then we have to process that. So you get like this kind of shallow dome, right? Because it's on this. We have to use, software and equations to flatten that appropriately to put it onto a plane coordinate system. Because if we don't do that, the measurements don't work in the real world. If you treat the world like it's flat, and you go out there with curved data, you're going to be off. And engineers and surveyors know this very, very intimately, and we have to accommodate for that on everything. And now this guy's saying, NOAA, which is the National Oceanic Atmospheric, NOAA.
Yeah.
He's like, their maps are flat and stuff. NOAA gives us the vertical datum translations between the old ones and the new ones for us to do our projects. So there's 2 different vertical datums in the history of the United States. There's the old, the new one was developed in 1988. So projects before that, we have to adjust for the vertical datum, because depending on how high you are, it determines a different amount of flattening that you have to do, right? Because the same square footage over the same, at a different elevation is a different tightness to the radius of where you are on the Earth. NOAA is the agency that provides us for that to be able to do it accurately. This guy has no idea. Is he suggesting that NOAA is secretly a flat Earth agency? Their entire purpose is to accurately give information about a globe Earth. That's all they do.
Okay, I have some questions from the chat. One, in the spirit of accusation, are you, what's that word? Freemason. Are you a Freemason?
No.
Are you a gatekeeper?
No.
Why drone and not satellite?
So drones you can't really shoot a laser beam from a satellite through all that atmosphere and have it return with accurate data. But we do use satellites. So when you take your drone out there, in order for your drone to be positioned, right, you're still going to use some kind of coordinate system. In California, you guys have, I think in Los Angeles, I think your California, your horizontal datum would be California 1983. I think you're in zone 6.
Okay.
So you plug that into your drone software. You tell your drone I want you to use coordinate system California 83 zone 6. And then your drone will talk to cell phone towers, or you will have a GPS base station that is connected to satellites and cell phone towers. So you use a network of satellites and cell phone towers to orient where you are geolocated
on the drone
within a coordinate system. And then the drone gathers data. And when I download it, and I have the globe inside CAD, right, California, and I ask it to import all those billions of dots, they show up right over where Google Earth, has them.
That's awesome, man.
It's accurate within I'd say about a tenth of an inch.
Quite impressive, man. That's cool. I have a caller who disagrees with you. Do you want to talk to Daniel in Texas?
Oh man, a fellow Texan going down like this? All
yes.
Right.
Daniel in Texas, you're live with CJ in Texas. Go.
Hi, James.
Hey.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
CJ, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
I'm doing well.
There?
Turn him up. He's loud. Stay close to the phone, Daniel.
I am. I got it right to my face.
Okay, speak loud and clear. Go for it.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, CJ?
It's coming in quiet.
Yes.
For me.
Okay.
All right. Loud and clear.
Okay. I just want to address a couple of things, and
sure.
if you'll just hear me out. One is your approach to DB. I believe the name the gentleman that you.
Hey, Daniel, this is coming in way too quiet. Chat, press 3 if he's too quiet. It's ridiculous. Daniel, I don't know. Your phone is coming in really quiet for me. CJ, you can hear him probably okay, but yeah, this is quiet. That sounded a little bit better. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, testing.
Yeah, do that. Be like that.
All right. Okay. You debated a gentleman yesterday, and I'm not going to go into the details of the flat Earth and all that, but
it wasn't a debate.
What was it?
Debate are where both people take a position. I mean, a debate's like a format. You don't talk to the other person in a debate.
Okay, then we won't call it a debate.
Definitely not discussions.
Okay, what will you call it? What will you call it?
3 people having a discussion?
Okay, well, during that discussion, he said that you were name-calling. Do you remember that?
He said I was name-calling?
Yeah, he called you. He said that you were name-calling.
Yeah, I remember just about everything.
Okay, do you remember what name you called somebody?
I believe I called Eric Dubé a tranny.
Oh,
yes,
I disavow that.
Yes, you did.
Right, which was not him. So when he said I was calling him names, that would not qualify as me name-calling him now, would it?
So you called Eric Dubé a tranny.
Whoa, stop saying that word.
And just go back to, you need to relate this to me calling him a name.
Was that right or wrong? Was that right or wrong, what you did?
So are you abandoning the entire topic of me calling DB a name? You have settled that did not happen, and we're moving on from that.
Oh, you called. You were name calling. You were name calling.
Did I call DB a name or not?
You implied that he was following
and more
the
dodging
advice
around the question. It's real easy, yes or no,
somebody
man.
that's
Are you
yes,
accusing me of calling the other caller a name,
yes,
or are you not
did.
accusing me of
yes,
that?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You
what name did I call the caller?
You called him a T word.
No, I didn't.
You lumped him in with somebody who you lied and said was a T word.
Okay, and you are also wrong.
You, sir, are incorrect, and you are a liar.
All right.
You're a liar.
Okay.
So get over yourself.
There's a record
the only thing you have proved is that your salary depends on what you talk about. That's the only thing you've proved.
Yeah. And I fired somebody for being a flat earther, and when they tried to get on unemployment, and we went to the hearing, I said it is absolutely negligent for me to retain a flat earther at a civil engineering firm, and that's why we had to fire him, and he was denied unemployment because they said your views on holding flat earth do affect your ability to competently do your job. Denied. They were right to fire you for being a flat earther.
Your salary depends on your lies. Your salary depends on your lies.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
My lies of accurately measuring stuff and building bridges and stuff in the real world depends upon me lying to people.
Your salary depends on your lies and your name calling.
Yeah.
And your backbiting and your vindictive nature.
Yeah.
He has a point about. I'll give him this point, CJ. You admitted yourself you get impatient with these people, and so let me ask you: do you?
Not what I was being accused of. I was accused of calling the caller a name. It did not
name calling.
You called him a T word.
Not happening.
You called him a T word. You lumped him in with the T word. That's not even. That's not even.
Not understanding how language works is not on me to teach you how. When I call someone else a name, it's not me calling another person a name.
You lumped him in with somebody you called a T word who is not even a T word.
Okay, and by what construction of words? Hey, listen.
You, sir, are a liar and a charlatan. You're a charlatan. That's what you are.
Okay.
That's all you are.
You said that 3 times now.
Yeah, because it's true. Admit it.
Right. Do you need to say, I mean, do you often feel the need to just keep
and by the way,
thing
you
over
did
and over
admit
again?
it. You've already admitted it. You've already admitted it. You said, yes, my salary depends on my life.
No, but he was being sarcastic.
Mocking you, dude. Nobody's salary depends
if he was being sarcastic, if he was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
My salary does depend upon me accurately knowing the shape of the earth. You are correct. You call that a lie? Call it a lie. But yes, my salary does depend on me knowing how the world works. It's called being an engineer. You can't be an engineer and go around and not believe in physics and science and stuff, dude, and build stuff properly. You need to know how forces and soils work and materials.
You bullied that man. He called whatever is the truth as he perceived it, and you went straight to name calling.
So again,
you are a vindictive, nasty man.
So let me just ask you a question.
Yeah, are you vindictive? CJ, answer this. Are you vindictive?
No.
Are you nasty?
Then why did you fire?
Do you even know what the word vindictive means?
Vindictive is kind of revengeful, but vengeful.
Why would I be enacting revenge against somebody that doesn't even make sense?
All right. Are you nasty? Are you nasty?
Do you guys even? Can we just? Jeez, man.
Answer that question, because that's
that are coming out of your mouth.
Catch your breath.
No,
catch your breath.
Doesn't even make sense.
Catch your breath. Get on.
How about nasty? Are you nasty?
Doesn't even make sense.
Because this is it is more of the deeper issue, because I asked the other guy if he's living right, and
No, the issue is still, under what construct of words did I lump him in with another person that got called a T word? What was the construction of words that I used to lump him in with the other person?
It's just that he.
That's for you to learn. That's for you to go back.
Okay,
and
I'm asking you. Go ahead and edify me.
But that's you're being kind of lawyerly.
You receive me not.
Dude, we're just getting down to you made an accusation. You said I called her name. I didn't. Then you said I lumped him in with him. I'm asking him by what construction of words
Hake, this is
did I
immature.
use to lump
There is no we.
All right. What construction of words did I use to lump him in with Eric Dubay?
I already told you, but you receive me not. Because you are so high on your own supply.
You are kind of on your high horse, CJ. Isn't that true?
How am I on a high horse right now?
Well, just in general, when you call in to debunk these flat earthers.
Idiots?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can call them that. But when you debunk them, like you're kind of nasty.
Yeah,
okay.
Called being unassailable.
Let me run away bravely.
In my correctness.
I appreciate it, Daniel in Texas. Nice call. Take care, man.
Run away bravely. Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
take care. CJ, let me ask you the same question I asked, what's his name? DB, the 55-year-old flat earther. Do you live right? As you see living right, do you live right?
Yeah.
Nice, man. All right. I appreciate it. Interesting call, man.
I mean, if you're not living right, either change what you're doing or change what you believe is right. But it's kind of insane to not live the way that you want to live.
You say that in person you're a loving person, but in the chat you're, well, I call it snarky, but you don't call it snarky.
Trying to make your show interesting.
True. It is, but these are these are your fellow Christians, whether they're deceived or not. These are like, you're a Christian. DB's a Christian. Daniel in Texas, I think he's a Christian. And can't we all just get along? Greenwall with a diamond says, it's always a good day when CJ from Texas calls in. So you got one vote.
Yeah, I'm not, I have no interest in winning over the popularity of the Hake Report audience.
Right.
Like, that's not something that interests me.
But it's not about popularity. It's just about being decent to people.
Okay. How are you decent to people?
Me? I don't know. I don't know if I'm decent or not.
What do you think being decent to people is?
Oh.
Telling them that they're right when they're wrong?
No, just being patient with them.
I'm patient with them.
Nice.
Like, I'm still in your chat, right?
Yeah.
I show up every day to tell them what
I know, but a lot of people are in
chat
chat being impatient with one another. That doesn't prove that you are patient. The spirit, you know your own spirit.
If I wasn't patient, I wouldn't show up every day to point out. Like, I'm just patiently pointing out you're dude. The amount of it's talking about being on a high horse. I talk about things that I know about.
Right.
Your chat says things in a factual manner that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over, repeatedly, stepping into a zone where they exhibit zero proficiency or expertise. And then, I mean, it's in one person, maybe, I think the real Mr. Mad, when he erroneously was talking about how pesticides were encoded in the genes of seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And he just chatted back like, hey, man, I got that one wrong. And I was like, that might be the first time a Hake Report chat-tard actually just sucked it up and corrected himself.
Nice.
It was amazing.
Right?
Most people just double down and, you know, they'll just start talking about things in science, and it's like everybody wants to believe that they have a grasp on what science is, right? And virtually nobody does. These are not scientists. These are not people that practice science in a field. These are just people that walk around and pretend like science is something that everybody understands because they took a science class in 6th grade, of which they've probably forgot 90% of. But when I have to talk to somebody about how a cell actually works, about how genes work, about how DNA works, about the shape of the Earth, about how a combustion engine works, about how, you know, like how many videos I have to see on diet where the idiot starts off talking about the first law of thermodynamics is that mass is conserved. It's all over the place with these idiots just quoting one another. Oh, the first law of thermodynamics says, you know, mass is conserved, so if you just spend more calories than you put in, you're going to lose weight. Like, mass isn't conserved. Go ask anybody that got in Hiroshima, Japan, about how mass gets converted to energy all the time. Like, they're very well aware of it in Japan.
Crazy.
Like how you make an atomic bomb go off. But they take the law of conservation of energy. They just replace energy with mass. Now they're making videos talking like they know anything. I mean, it's just rampant everywhere.
It's crazy how people. Right? I will give you, it is crazy and mind-bogglingly stupid, mind-numbingly stupid, but interesting how people can jump to a false conclusion so quickly.
Right. Now, my whole career is based around accurately measuring the Earth at where I'm working. Right. My entire career is working with dealing with this subject, and I did a lot of research, which means I watched some YouTube videos.
Well, I gotta go, man. I appreciate it, CJ. Thank you for your call, man. Great call.
Anytime.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Kendall. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Kendall in Florida. Kendall?
I don't know if I can follow CJ, man. CJ's too smart.
You're coming in quiet. Crank him up. Stay close to your phone. How do you pronounce your name?
Kendall.
Kendall. Nice.
Yep. That's right.
So CJ's too smart, but go for it.
Hey, but CJ, I don't know if I can follow CJ. He's too smart for me, man.
That's okay. You don't have to follow him. You be you.
Okay. I just didn't know if I could hang with that kind of intelligence there. But
no worries.
Anyway, everybody talks about this flat Earth. Ain't nobody ever said the Earth is flat. Number one. Number two, Copernicus.
Who? Huh? Wait, what? You're coming in kind of bad. Your phone's kind of bad.
What do you mean bad?
Stay close to your phone. It's kind of rough.
All right. Is it better now?
Yeah, that's much better.
All right. Copernicus, that's all they're doing is pontificating Copernicus. That's all they're doing. He was a damn Jesuit.
Whoa. Keep it clean, buddy. There's children listening. I don't want the children to start talking about Copernicus was a darn Jesuit, only saying the damn word.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was a Jesuit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And if you want to believe a Jesuit, go ahead.
But Jesuits were just militant Catholics, right? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Yeah, militant.
Is it always bad to be?
You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Jesuits. I didn't watch well, never mind.
Well, do you know anything about Jorge Bagaglia?
Is that Jesus?
No, that's Pope Paul.
Oh.
Pope John. You know anything about him?
I don't know.
Well, he's down in South America raising little kids.
I keep it clean, man. Kendall.
What do you keep it clean?
Because that's an unpleasant thing to say in front of the children. And
we can't tell the truth on your show.
Not so bluntly. You got to keep it clean.
Why not? Oh, you live in California. That's right.
And I'm on YouTube and Facebook, and plus children watch Hake.
All right, I'll keep it clean.
Thank you, man. And is this true, or is this just gossip that you've heard that you're repeating?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Gossip?
Yeah.
I don't gossip.
Okay, you just made an allegation.
But hold on a minute. Where did he hear it from?
And I don't know about I don't know anything about Jorge Bagaglia. I don't care what he's doing in South America. I'm living in America.
Oh, I'm talking about he did that in South America back in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, that's ancient history. Get over it.
How old are you? How old are you guys? Dude, y'all need to listen to an OG. You guys,
Original
you guys
gangster?
Ain't been around long enough. Hold on a minute. You guys ain't been around long enough to tell the truth. Hey, how old are you? 30 years old? Man,
42.
30 years old.
42 and a half.
I have kids. No, I don't have kids.
No, 42 and a quarter.
But, hey, I'm going to be your daddy.
Nice.
But anyway, I was telling you.
What an honor. Thank you for calling my show. My elders calling my show. I like it when that happens.
That's right. I'll call you son. But anyway, he's spitting off Copernicus, and I hate when people throw out that pseudoscience junk. You know,
as?
It's just like boring. It's so boring.
You talking about CJ's science?
Yeah. I mean, come on. All he's doing is pontificating Copernicus. That's all.
Copernicus was, I don't know. What about Galileo?
Yeah. Copernicus, he's a liar. And we're spinning around a star 40,000 miles. Yeah, right.
You remind me of that one guy from that Christian-friendly movie, The Princess Bride, who said, "You ever heard of Plato, Aristotle?" And the guy's like, "Yes." Morons.
Yeah.
Morons.
hey, take a book from 1950, and I'm talking about copper. You know, it was written before 1950. And take a book and look at the maps in those books, and then take one after 1950, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right, the world maps. Do the world maps and all that.
Nice.
Just do that. Okay, just how they change everything. And if you believe any of these liars out here, these deep state fake news.
Yeah.
I didn't say hate news. I said fake news.
Right.
Okay, fake news. Because I like your show.
Thank you, man.
But anyway, I just wanted to yell at you about all the Copernicus. I don't know. Lower mind waves, whatever.
All right.
I mean, it's kind of annoying to hear that crap all the time. I mean, curvature. They don't even take curvature into.
How about this, Kendall in Florida? What? Do you live right?
Do I live right?
Yeah.
Other than being 60 years old and having 5 children that are freaking. I mean,
don't say freaking
that are
kids.
Great kids. Yes, I've never been arrested. Never been.
What are you, black? Is that your standard? Is that your bar?
No. My bar was Jesus. I love the Lord Jesus Christ.
Right on. Nice.
He's my. Yeah,
and do you love your neighbor as yourself and the Lord God above?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's cool, man.
Yes. Yea, God forbid, let God be true and call all man a liar.
Even Copernicus. Nice.
That's right. The Jesuit king. So, hey, you keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I just want to take curvature into consideration.
Cool, man. Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Adios. What a fun fellow. I didn't want to call him fun guy because that's like calling him multiple fungus. Miles in Minneapolis, Minnesota on the line. Miles, you only have 2 minutes. Let's go.
Couple minutes?
Yeah. Go.
All right. Sounds good. I'm just calling in, following up on the conversation earlier today, and just we talked a little bit yesterday about the treating others with respect and not looking down on other callers or anyone watching the show. But after revelations from CJ, I mean, how after admitting firing someone over their own thought and his reaction from their own thoughts and research, how is that an example of living a right way?
Because he said he deemed it irresponsible to have an open, out of the closet flat earther on as a civil engineer. It would be
malpractice.
Practice, yeah, something like that.
Amazing.
Is that unfair, or is that you think it was maliciously fired or just lovingly fired? Is it possible that it was fired out of love for what's right?
I think it was the first. I think it was out of disagreement and misunderstanding.
But wait, but you think that, but you don't know CJ's heart in that situation.
That's true, and I'm not going to assume it was one or the other.
Okay.
I just know based off of the conversation that happened earlier with
where he was dismissive
with the fiery emotions. I could see kind of that situation playing out very similarly.
Huh. All right. Well, I mean, it's not my business or your business what happened with that young man, and he'll be fine. It's not like it's the only job in the world. He can get another job. I'm sure he's doing fine. Hopefully he's better from it, not bitter from it. There will always be things that happen, some just, some unjust. I personally don't think that was unjust.
Fair enough. That's fair enough.
But even if it was unjust, that man should not hold it against CJ or even himself for coming out of the closet prematurely as a flat earther.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just curious whether there was a conversation had or it was immediately. Immediately like leaving the room. This is unbelievable. You're out of here. Sort of.
He said that he presented to like a board that this was no, you can't do this. We can't have this. So he justified the firing. Like he went about it in the orderly, proper way. It sounded like, in a serious way.
And that is why a lot of people who look into.
Oh, I gotta go, man. Go ahead. Last point. 30 seconds.
And that's why I think a lot of voices out there are suppressed because of immediate backlash. And
this has to do with like his job. Like his job depends on accounting for the ball. So.
Yep.
But anyway, I got to run, man. Nice. Call me again, Miles. It's great talking to you.
I will.
All right.
Thanks,
appreciate you, man. All right. Guys, enjoy. What's this track? Oh, it's Frodus Thursday. There will be no more scum. Here it is. And adios, America. Bye. I'm over time already. This track is so good, though. Thanks again, Miles in Minnesota. Zorak 90 bought 5 coffees. Take my shekels. What the? Thank you, man. Awesome. Appreciate it. Frodus is a Christian band. From the 2000 album, I think. And we washed our weapons in the sea. It's kind of loud and screamy. Sometimes. Repetitive. American Anchor Baby at noon Pacific time. Yesterday he was live at 12:30. Isn't this kind of cool? What a vibe. Guess I'll have to get the topics tomorrow or whenever. Nice bass too, right? I like it. Thank you, Hassan. Shout out to Sean. History of the monorail. The progress of science. Here it comes. Go away, kids, if you don't like... Don't say that, kids. Oh, I love this part. Brahm did a remix of this part. I think. Karen. I disavow. Skyjack Coffee, be not afraid, said the Seraphim. Thank you, Skyjack. Adios, America. Bye.